from the higher awakened state, when you analyze or look at it, the world of plurality which you have been perceiving as a limited ego is no more available. Suddenly we realize that it was all unreal. As on seeing the rope, the snake becomes unreal. They never were at any time. All is an apparent illusion of a misinterpretation of our equipments, body, mind and intellect. Nor is this ego which is so assertive at this moment cannot be real. Why? Kshanikatva. It's ever changing. If it's ever changing, how can I have a continuous experience of them all? Knowledge of all. Just as the sun is the seer of everything in the world, you and I also see what is right in front of us, that is all. But he is the loka chakshu. He sees everything. That doesn't mean that sun has nothing to do but look at your stupidity. We are a way of understanding. Similarly, Atman the self is not seeing everything. Don't say that, because from him there is nothing, including you, is not there. He alone is. Just as your brother or your wife is dreaming, you are not a shareholder of that dream. She suffers the dream, goes through the gamut of emotions created in the dream. You are not even conscious of it, because from your standpoint, that dream doesn't exist. Thus, from the pure self, the consciousness, the world of plurality is not. Yet we are now in the world of plurality. So from our panel of experiences, the teacher is indicating the so that your stupid ego cannot be true. Why? It is constantly changing. So if every hour I am standing for 1 hour in the balcony and watching, and then I come away and you go there, and then the third hour, the third man go there. No, none of us can have all the experiences of all the 3 hours. Why? Because the man who is watching and experiencing is changing. If supposing there is one who has got all the experience, all that they saw, he must be a continuous observer. The Atman, the self, the consciousness is the continuous light in the waking, dream and deep sleep state. Therefore, the waker may not be in the dreamer may not be in the deep sleeper, but all that I know, all my past history I know, when you say, who is knowing it? It can't be with reference to the ego which is constantly changing, but a sakshi of the ego and the ego's experiences. All these are a sakshi bhav. There is something in you. He is the one. Kuto hamade kshanikasya siddhaya.
पदार्थस्त्वहमादि साक्षी नित्यं सुषुप्तावपि भावदर्शनात् ब्रूते ह्यजो नित्य इति श्रुति स्वयम् तत्प्रत्यगात्मा सदसद्विलक्षणः.
Aham padartha, the factor that you call as aham, aham, I, to ahamadi sakshi, and all his experiences. Aham and my experiences, Sakshi. There must be yet another factor which is constantly standing apart, not involved in it, but illumining, knowing, recognizing or awareing all the ego, the change of ego, and its endless varieties of experiences are all observed. Sakshi, Nityam. It is changeless, ever with you. Never can you exist without it. The waker may not be all the time, because when you are dreaming, the waker is negated. When you are in deep sleep, the waker and the dreamer, you are negated. They are not all the time there, but here is a Sakshi who is Nitya, constantly with you, never changing. Why do you say that he is always with you? Sushuptavat, even in the deep sleep state. Bhavadarshana, you are finding or noting or experiencing its play. In the waking state, it is conscious of the waking world of plurality happening. In the dream world he is conscious of. And in the deep sleep state also, this consciousness is not away from you, because it is at that time conscious of the absence of everything. Therefore, this consciousness is constantly with you. In early infancy and childhood, in middle age and old age, the birth was also, you were conscious of the birth pangs, and you shall certainly be conscious of the death experience, the last of the experience in the world of plurality. It is always with you. It is Nitya. Vrudeha jo nitya iti shruti swayam. And this is not our logical conclusion, but this logical and rational conclusion arrived at by us as an inference that there must be something other than the ego and ego's experiences throughout life, a changeless Sakshi, witness, must be there. It's an inference. It's a process of thinking. That process of thinking is being confirmed by the declaration of the great subjective scientists, the rishis, in the Upanishads. In the Mundaka Upanishad, the teacher points out, Ajo nitya shashvatoyam purano nahanyade hanyamani kathopanishad. Sharire. It has been repeated again because of the beauty of that description. You cannot remove it. Vyasa bodily loots the Upanishad and shamelessly claims that it is Gita. Ajo nitya shashvatoyam purana. Ajaha, this great truth is unborn. Nityaha, no change at any time, that's same at all times. Shashvata, permanent, no modifications in it. It's not that childhood consciousness is separate from the youth consciousness or old age consciousness, no. The experiences and the environments may be changing, but the light of consciousness is the same. Ajo nitya shashvatoyam purana. And when was it started? Purana, that is all. Because it's Aja, unborn. Unborn means Purana, the most ancient. So he was there, a witness, when you had the experience, the first experience, or the first second. Time. Time also is an object of your consciousness. So consciousness must have been there when the time started. And then the time and space came, the Einsteinian world of plurality started dancing, and modern world of technology started. A mere mischief for the human mind, another illusion. It's not an illusion. From the standpoint of the highest reality, it is an illusion. Very, very careful. Vedanta statement, if you just platter about, no, the world is unreal. So don't worry. If that fellow kicks you, you also get to receive it. What is it? Nobody kicks. Who kicks whom? When even the fellow thinks of kicking you, you go and give him 3 kicks. And he is wondering, why have you done it? Because you have been thinking wrongly to kick me. That is called alertness, awareness. It's not that you suffer everything. All our Hindu gods have got more hands than 2, only to carry more weapons. Is it not? Is it non-violent? Whatever it is, I will suffer. No! Even before you start thinking about it, you get it in the bottom. And when you come to me in love, you get it in the top. But that is all. Kick I will give. Whether it is a top or bottom, it depends upon whether you are thinking rightly or wrongly. Tat pratyagatma, this pratyagatma, inner self, sadasad vilakshana, it is something other than both sat and asat. Sat is the gross, perceived by the sense organs, outside you. Asad, the subtle, the thoughts and emotions, which are not outside, but it is subtle. Both these are objects of consciousness. So the consciousness, the subject is something other than sad, asad, vilakshana. It is something other than gross or subtle. And don't say that Lord is not with the form, Swamiji, he is formless. Stupid. He is not formless. Don't insult him. Because the formless is a thought in your mind. It's a conclusion of your intellect. Who is illumining that? Who told you that he is thoughtless? I mean, formless. That I know. The Buddha, if you know, then you are the knowing principle, and these are all objects of knowledge. Throw it away. Sadasad vilakshana. Vikarinam.
Vikarinam sarva vikara veta. Nitya vikaro bhavitum samarhati. Manoratha swapna sushuptishu sphutam. Punah punardrishtam asattvametayoh.
Vikarina. Vikari, changes. So when a chain of changes are taking place in front of you, sarva vikara veta, there must be somebody who is the knower of the change. Standing on the sidewalks, you are watching the traffic. Car went, motorcycle went, a cycle went, a man walked, a buffalo walked. That only in India you can see. Outside world, in the developed countries cannot have that experience. And when that big bull walking forward on the road, the child leaves the mother and runs across. That bull stops. Its lifted leg comes down. Why? Baby, let it go. In America, even the car will not stop because the driver is already drunk. He never saw you coming. Whee! Here even the four-legged bull or cow stops in the downtown where there is no space at all, and that cow stops. Why? Baby. Right? So ever-changing phenomena, wherever there is a change, there must be a knower of the change. All these changes that are taking place on the roadside are perceived by you, the observer, the witness, who are steadily standing on the roadside. Nobody in any one of the cars that are passing has seen the entire traffic movement. He can only see that he is going along. But he doesn't know the chain of cars that are coming behind, or the chain of cars that are gone forward, ahead. Why? He is changing himself. So when you are in the system of change, you cannot see the change. That is the reason why, even though from childhood onwards you have been told that the world is going round and round, we have no experience at all. You believe it must be going round because the teacher told me. Even if I don't believe, I have to learn it by heart so that when the question comes, I must answer it, that the world moves. It is only when you are 30, 40, you have slowly experienced that yes, world really moves after the fourth whiskey drink. You know? Geography is right. It's direct experience. Why is it that you are not able to experience that the earth is moving? Because you are in the system of the movement. So when I am identified with the BMI, I am in the realm of change. As ever-changing ego, I can only see the change. I can only live the change. I am not the witness of all the changes. So, vikarinam veta, the knower of all the vikara, all the changes, must be nitya avikaro bhavidum arhasi. He must be nitya, permanent, and he himself is not in the system of change. He has no vikar, no modification. He is the same in the past, in the present, in the future, and himself is not involved in the changes. Your body may change from childhood to middle age and old age. Your mind may move and dance from joy and sorrow, between joy and sorrow from moment to moment. Your intellect may entertain chains of unending thoughts and fancies. Yet, all of them are changing. But who is knowing the change? The modern scientist will always say that Einsteinian world, everything is in a state of flux. Everything is in a state. Everything in the universe, Swamiji, whatever that is in name and form, all the entire universe of things and beings in the world outside, they are all floating in time. Time is a constant changing phenomena. Therefore, everything is in a state of flux. Good morning, scientist. When everything is changing, how do you know that it is changing? If you are also changing, how will you know? So don't you think that there is something in you that is changeless, that is watching all the changes? That is all logic, Swami. It's away from experience. So why don't you try to experience? And that is called experiment. When you scientifically come to a certain conclusion, theoretically, You walk into the laboratory and see that whether it is true. But did you have the courage to go? So that drop everything that is changing in search of the changeless behind. But how do you know there is a changeless? Sheer logic. I believe in my intellect. I don't believe in God, no, but in my buddhi. My buddhi says, inference, that these changes are, I am experiencing changes, there must be I the experiencer. A changeless entity. And this is experienced by manoratha, swapna, sushuptishu, sputam. And hello, bada intelligent, technological, scientific-minded youngster, modern man. Is it not true that your manoratha, mind, ratha, chariot, mental chariot, meaning when you go for a ride. Where are you going? Just for a ride. Evening ride, meaning there is no goal, no purpose, but just moving. Why? I am tired of my home, disgusted with my wife, exhausted with the pesterings of my children. Then what are you doing? I can't do anything. I have no office also today, Sunday. Therefore, in the evening, I go for सैर करने के लिए जा रहा हूं. Where are you going? I don't know. How long will you take? I don't know. What do you know? That I am coming back for dinner. This I know. You see, it's called manoratha. Go for an evening drive to entertain yourself. Manoratha. Just thinking that supposing I also get a share from the scare. And nobody caught me. Where I get that much of money? 1 crore only. Half I can keep it in the bank. With the other half, a building, a house, a land also. Preferably in Siddhabari. But in Siddhabari they will not give because it is only for the Himachal Pradesh people. Never mind. I got half a crore with me. Give a little to the local Mahajan Sahib and he will manage it. I know. Then in that house I live together. And my present wife also will be with me. There also, it is her nature to complain everything. Now we are in a hut, she is complaining. Now if I give a palace also, the palace is all there, but the furniture is not there. Furniture is there, the carpet is not. The carpet is there. It goes on saying that. That is how nice. It is at that time that I am going to give her a kick, which she deserves. She has been asking for it for the last 20 years of our married life. But because I am the son of my father, I never kicked her till now. Because I have never seen my father kicking my mother. So I just went on. But then when I get that, then I will give her a kick. She will, it will be one kick for all the 20 years. And I kick. And my leg hits the corner of the table. And and she comes out, what is the matter? Nothing! I hope you are all right, because I kicked you and I got the kick myself. So then you go to the hospital and start limping all over with a stick. Manoratha. Many times you must have done it. Then they will bring me laddus. Oh, such a long time I have not eaten laddus. You are thinking, and then in that thought you bite the laddu. Biting what? The laddu. Which laddu? Never mind, don't ask me. Manoratha. Imagine it, fancying swapna, the dream, and in sushupti. This is put up very clear. Because in Manoratha, it is not permanent. It goes away. But there was a Sakshi who witnessed them all. I was conscious of everything. Similarly, the dream is not permanent. It goes away. And yet, there seems to be a consciousness that was before, during the dream, and after the dream. So too in deep sleep, the absence of everything is also aware. Is all sputam, clear. Punah punah drashtam asattvametayoho, which clearly shows that all these are passing panorama. Passing show. There used to be a cigarette like that. Passing show. Because if you smoke 2 or 3 packets of it, then it is, the life itself is a passing show. You start coughing, it's the cheapest cigarette available. And passing show. And the proprietors have never told you any lie. It is a passing show. Thus the whole world is a passing show. But the knower is me, watching everything, not involved in it. Just as you sit near the river and watch the flow of the river. When the flow of the river, when you're watching, you don't get wet. On that river, maybe a dead body moving about, a dead cat moving about, a dog moving out, a tree coming out, a fallen tree floating out. It doesn't affect you, touch you. You are just observing. Similarly, in the Manoratha, in the dream, and in the deep sleep, experiences come and march in front of you. You only take salute. Taking the salute of the march past. Everything in the world is a march past. And you are the permanent one who is taking that. Have you seen the ministers taking that? Because after some time he's tired and therefore he supports it. It's not that out of respect when we are giving anything, we do the other hand also. Because both the hands I am giving you, that sort of arati and all that. Here, minister also. The beginner very string, and then slowly. In television you can see that. The army man is not like that. He will be there like stiff all the time, hours together. But the vote catcher has no such experience, and therefore. And then he starting. In television you can see he scratches and then he supports. And he turns, see how long is it? Still it is many people. You are not supposed to. You just look forward. Each line passes by. But the minister. But he wants to know the length of it. Vikarinam sarva vikaravet. Punadrishta. Ato.
Atobhimanam tyajamam sapinde. Pindabhimaninyyapi buddhi kalpite. Kalatraya badhyam akhanda bodham. Jnatva svamatmanamupaihi shantim.
Ato, therefore, abhimanam teja. Give up your identification, your vanity, your misconception that you are the body. mamsa pinde, in this 100 and 200 pounds of filthy, decaying flesh, unholy flesh, which is called your body, give up your idea, I am the body. Tyaja, give it up. You are not this body. Also, Pindabhimaninyabi. If Pindabhimani is ego, I identified with my flesh is called ego. I am this. And this concept that I am this is a misconception of your intellect. It is an assumption or a conclusion wrongly arrived at by your intellect. That is why it's so powerful. You cannot give it up easily, because this is what you thought to be. You conclude, I am this bundle of flesh. Buddhi kalpita is this abhimana in the body, which is called the ego. Give it up. And then come to realize kalatraya, in the 3 periods of time, abadhita, not contradicted either in the past or the present or the future, that which is permanent, satyam, kalatraya abadhita akhanda bodham, continuous, unbroken principle of knowledge, in whose light all other knowledges are possible. Pure knowledge, not knowledge of anything, objectless awareness. Come to experience jnatva, come to experience directly, swatmanam, as not there is something. Oh, I am that. Not that there is an Atman who is a Sakshi, that is all intellectual hypothesis. Preparation. Then you go. So then thereafter, as your own nature, Swatmanam, Upaiti Shantim, when you reach there, as your own nature is this untouched, unaffected, permanent, changeless in the past, present and future. This knowledge pure, in whose light all other experiences are shining out, and you had as an ego experienced these knowledges as my knowledge. That pure knowledge come to experience it. And there in that state, Upaiti Shantim, you really experience what is Shanti, what is infinite peace and beatitude.
त्यजाभिमानं कुलगोत्र नाम रूपाश्रमेष्वार्द्रशवाश्रितेषु लिङ्गस्य धर्मानपि कर्तृतादीन् त्यक्त्वा भवाखण्डसुखस्वरूपः.
Therefore, tyaja, give up. Once you have given up this abhiman that I am this body, all other abhiman that is associated with the body ends. No more can there be. Once I die, not only my wife's husband died, but the father of my son also died. The brother of my brother also is died. The son of my father also died. Because it is I who had these various relationships. Various relationships. So when I die, all my relationships are gone away. A dead man is no more a minister. Rajiv Gandhi is no more Prime Minister. Why? Had he living, he would have been perpetually Prime Minister, because the country is like that. But he died. And hallelujah, the whole country is freed from that Prime Minister. He is no more Prime Minister, isn't it? Though he has left a wife here. Do you understand? His wife has no husband. His children have no father. Hey, it is all relationships. The monies that he has got is no more the owner. According to law of the country, his wife and children will be the owner of the money. See? All relationship go. His house is not his. His property is not his. All these are related to him. And when he dies, every relationship is ended. I identify with this mamsapinda, this bundle of flesh, unholy, insanitary, dirty, filthy, but I love it. I am that. And since I am that body, my various relationships. In these relationships are the abhiman that you get, new vanities. I am the son of so-and-so. I belong to that family. I am not an ordinary man, I am a Brahmin. Though I know nothing of Upanishads, but I have got a thread, or I had a thread. Okay? Then I had a chutti for the Lord to pick you up quickly, a handle. I am not ordinary, I am an educated man. There is nobody in the world who knows those much about economics or politics or science or whatever it is. It's all vanity on this flesh. Once that ego is ended, teja abhimanam, all the abhiman, what? Depending upon kula, gotra, nama, rupa, ashrameshu. All these relationship is only, all these vanities are with reference to the relationship. Relationship with what? Ardha Shava. This body which is ever decaying and is already a dead body. Without Brahman and Atman, this is already a dead body. It's a miracle that you are alive. According to God, you must have died by now. Why is it that you are living? For Arabdha. Can it be your prarabdha? I don't think so, because I am not so efficient. Then prarabdha of others that I am living. Everything is because of your relationship with others, or your abhiman, the vanity. On kula, the family, gotra, the tribe, nama, my name. Do you know who I am? Swami Chinmayananda. What? Have you not heard that? Have you not heard? That man who is giving Gita talks everywhere and oh yeah. This is abhiman of that name, nama, rupa. You don't recognize me. Many people come to me and, Swamiji, no, you have not recognized me. I was with you when I was young, 1950. You don't know my face. Arey yaar, you have put on 200 pounds extra. Yes, Ajay, I have just become a little. That is because of the medicine that I took. Not that I overate, but after typhoid, I just bloated. Some excuse. So in that crowd of flesh, I could not recognize you. That is why you come out of it. Let me see. Remember? Rupa, ashrama. I'm a brahmachari. We are all grihasthas. Then comes the terrible vanity. Shivo. Shiva. So anybody asking you any question of which you don't know the answer, Shivo. Shivo. Sorry, I am in a mood to meditate. My mind is going. Why? To avoid not answering that question. That abhiman, that I am His Holiness. क्या तुम नमस्कार नहीं किया? इत्यादि अभिमान. Ashramesh. Abhiman on what? Ever decaying, already dead. Physical body, shower, already started decaying. Teeth gone. Eyes cannot see. The book that you are reading, first it came nearer and nearer, and now it is eyes gone. Kya kaha? You can't hear properly. You can't eat properly. Everything was done. Like a bacha. So that the grandfather, when he is eating, somebody puts a cloth around him so that that cloth can be washed and then half of it is out, half of it inside. Can't walk. Stick is necessary. Think. Already dead. You are given a, what do you call it? Extension. There is no reason why you could not have died earlier. An extension is given by the kindly nature. Continue suffering a little more. You should have died, but did not. In that accident I was there. There I fell, here I fell. Then nothing happened. Like a rubber ball, I jump up every time. So, I don't know, the people are the shava ashriteshu. It's all depending upon this shava. This already dead or going to die. Not yet dead, that's all. To die, marked to die. The day you are born, nature has already put a list of, a chit on you. What? Marked for death. That which is born must die. And if you are living now, it's a grace of the Lord. Or His cruelty to make me suffer a little more. Think. Shava ashriteshu. Lingasya dharmanapi kartrudadi. Now once you have identified with the body, you also identify with the mind and intellect, the linga sharira, the subtle body. And the subtle body has got the vanity of, I am the doer. Do you know what I did? I did that, I did this, Who is that? Yesterday only. I brought the chair for the Swami. From where? From that end of the hall. Who brought the chair? That I don't know, it was lying down there. And then you brought it here. And on that vanity, I brought this. Kartrutva bhava, bhoktritva bhava. I enjoy. I am maja maja mein. Mera baap bahut paisa bana ke rakha hai. I am enjoying. These are all assumptions of the human intellect, mind and intellect, subtle body. That also, tattva, give up, the sharirika, bodily vanities and mental vanities. Give up all these, it's not worth. It is all related to this bundle of flesh. Once you are detached from it, everything else is detached automatically. Tektva bhava, may you become awake into akhanda sukha swarupa. Unbroken, akhanda, unbroken because timeless and therefore no change. Akhanda sukha swarupa. Your very nature is sukha. It's not that you are experiencing sukha. It's not an object to be contacted with, but you become yourself pure knowledge. Sandhyanyat pratibandha. There are very many other pratibandha. Other than mainly the pratibandha is the ego. Even when the ego is gone, everything is gone. But even to ego you cannot give up because of other obstacles on it. And they are all enumerated hereafter. But I don't want to go into it at this moment.